Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. In this video, I am going to share with you my process on how I create collage pages in my glue book. For this video, I am going to use the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge number 23. 23. If you are not familiar with Margarete Miller and that whole challenge, essentially what it is you get a list of 5 prompts and a bonus. The idea is to create a collage using those 5 prompts. The bonus you can use to substitute one of the 5 prompts. Maybe you don't have that particular item, or you don't want to incorporate that particular item in your collage and you prefer to use the bonus. If you want to really challenge yourself, you use all 5 prompts plus the bonus. Rare's the day I do that, but you can do it. 9 times out of 10, what I am doing is using 4 of the original prompts and substituting in the bonus for the 5th, because inevitably there is something on this list that either I don't have or just doesn't work with how my page is working out. And that's what's going to happen here with number 23. I'm going to use 4 of the 5 prompts, and then I'm going to substitute in the bonus. I am going to link all of the Margarete Miller information down below so that you can check it out. I am also going to link the information for Rosa, who is Sun and Moon Arts here on YouTube. I learned about this particular challenge from her. I watched one of Rosa's video where she was sharing her process for creating her collages. If you don't know who Rosa is, I'm going to link her channel down below as well. Definitely go check her out. Super talented artist with a wide range of skills, from mixed media to acrylic painting to watercoloring. Super talented. I would encourage you to go check her out and subscribe. Let her know I sent you. I am going to link her channel down below. So Rosa, if you're watching, thank you for introducing me to Margarete Miller. I am so enjoying this. I'm behind. If you've been doing these prompts from the word go, then you are up to number 30 something. I am up to number 23. So I am very far behind. I am the caboose. And I'm okay with that because I'm working at my own pace. I am working at my own pace, but I am enjoying it. And to me, that's what this whole thing is all about. So as I said, I'm going to be working in my glue book. This is my beautiful glue book. And this glue book was made by Diane H, who has an Etsy shop. She has a YouTube channel and she has an Etsy shop. I will link both down below. But she made this beautiful book. I purchased it and I have been working in this book. I have done prompts number 1 through 22 in this book. So I'm going to continue to work in this book. And the page in this book that I'm going to use is this page right here. This page right here. So as you can see, my book, she's getting chunky. She's getting kind of thick. And when your book starts getting thick like this, it's difficult to work directly in the book. So what I do is I pick the page I'm going to work on, and in that case it's this page, and then I cut a nice base that's the same size as the page. I'm going to cover this anyway. Sometimes I will use the paper and incorporate it into my collage, but other times I will cover it. And in this case, I'm going to cover up these brushes with a nice solid piece of heavyweight cardstock. I think this is by Lawn Fawn, and I think the color is called Blue Jay. I love it. I've had it for a good long while. So I just cut a size of this cardstock down to the size of the page. That way I can work on this, and when I'm done, I can glue it on here. Okay, it's much easier. I can work on a flat surface. So that's the first thing I did. Okay, next, what I did was, or what I do, is I look at the prompts to see what I need to pull. And I have done some advanced prepping. I don't need you to be tortured and hear me rummage around my room trying to find things that I need to complete this challenge. So I did pull things together. Let me share with you what the prompts are. So number 23, the prompts are: an instrument that measures something, something red, an emblem, a piece of magazine or newspaper text, a repeating pattern, and the bonus is paper with a bumpy surface. Now, in my case, I am going to use an instrument that measures something, something red, a piece of magazine or newspaper text, a repeating pattern, and I am going to substitute an emblem with paper with a bumpy surface. So I'm not going to use the emblem. Emblem just wasn't working with what I had in mind. So I'm going to skip that one and just use 4 prompts plus the bonus. So let me share with you the materials I pull. I try to pull as much as I can from my antiquarium sticker book, because my goal is not to hoard this book but to use this book. So in looking through this book, I pulled 2 images. One of this lovely little lady dancing, and one of this little king playing a harp. And they will make more sense when the page comes together. I know right now it looks kind of random and weird, but it will make sense when the page comes together, and I promise you the page will come together. For something red, I have a strawberry from the same sticker book. And an instrument that measures something, I have a clock, measures time. So that's how I choose to interpret this. Okay, for repeating pattern, what I am going to use is this paper here. This is part of the Tim Holtz collection of worn wallpaper. I love these. I've had these in my stash for a good long while, so I'm happy that I find myself using them a lot in my collages. But it does have a repeating pattern, as you can see, the wallpaper. So I cut this down to a size slightly smaller than my blue base, almost creating like a frame. And then what I did was I took my archival ink in the color Vintage Photo, and I inked the edges of both pages. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. That's what I have for the repeating pattern. Then for the text, for the piece of magazine or newspaper text, I have this text that I pulled from one of my art journal magazines, and it says, "Your worries and anxious thoughts." And again, it'll make more sense when this comes together. So I kind of tore it out from the magazine, and I inked the edges with that same Vintage Photo. And I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you can. I don't know. There's gold string wrapped around this strip of paper, and that's just to lend a little more texture and a little more interest. And it also creates the bumpy surface on the paper. There's that bumpy surface. That is one of the, that's the bonus, paper with a bumpy surface. So this is paper, and now it has a bumpy surface because of the gold string I wrapped around it. But because, I was like, that's kind of like, is that cheating? I don't know. I don't think it is. It's a literal interpretation. But to make myself feel better, I did actually pull some corrugated paper. That is paper with a bumpy surface, and I will definitely be using that in this collage as well. So that's everything I'm working with. And again, the stickers came from, I don't know if I shared it clearly, from the Antiquarium sticker book. I purchased this through Amazon, and it is essentially a book of all kinds of stickers. It's an awesome, amazing book. I think when I first purchased this book, I might have done a very thorough flip through of it. And if I did, I will put up that video right here, or at least a card to that video, so that you can go check it out if this book, you know, see maybe if this book is something you might be interested in. So let's get this put together. I am going to be using my Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. I love this. Love, love, love this glue. I have bottles and bottles of it. I tend to buy it in bulk. It's not inexpensive, but it's not super expensive either. But for me, especially with collaging, I think it's worth investing in your glues, because the last thing you want to happen is for these pages to lift or become unstuck over time. When I stick something down, I want it to stay down. So I don't mind investing in the glue. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to glue this Tim Holtz wallpaper. I have to be careful that my robe doesn't get in the glue. I have taken to wearing a house robe. Can you see it? Can you see it? I love my house robe. My husband makes fun of me. He laughs at me. I'm working remotely right now, most days of the week. I have to go into the office a couple days a week, but for the most part, I'm working from home. And just to keep some semblance of like normalcy and a routine, I do get up as if I'm going to work. I get dressed. I don't put on any makeup. I have to tell you, that's a bonus. If I had to find one silver lining in this whole COVID situation, is that I haven't worn makeup in months. Probably since March. I take that back. I, for the most part, don't wear makeup. I do on the rare occasion I go into the office, at least put on some foundation, but I don't wear makeup like I used to before. Not the full like eyeshadow, the whole face. I don't do that anymore. It's just a very simplified, let's just even out the skin tone and not look like the Walking Dead type of makeup I put on when I go to the office. But that's my silver lining for this entire ratchet situation that we are calling COVID-19. But even though I get up, get dressed and everything, I'd still keep my slippers on. And when it gets chilly in the house, I put on my house robe over my clothes. So this is what I practically live in my house robes. And he is just like, really? Really? But I love my house robe. I really, really do. So, and my hair has gone from like a professional bun to a very high bun, like really high bun. So, hey, living my best life, trying to, try to make something out of this situation we're all dealing with. So here is that bumpy paper, that corrugated paper. I'm going to stick it. Let me make sure my pattern's facing the correct way. I'm going to glue this to the bottom right here, bottom of the page. And that is going to be a ground for my image. If you've been watching me, you know that I don't like to just randomly stick things on a page. I like to have my images grounded so they don't look like they're just floating around, unless it's an image that I want to be floating around like a balloon or a butterfly or something like that. For the most part, I like to ground my images in my work. That's just my preference. I'm going to use that same glue. So yeah, that's been the bonus. Big time bonus of working from home. I'm just going to press that down. So there's my bumpy surface. You can see. Okay, so my clock, and my thought process was, this is going to be a little scene in somebody's home, a very vintage kind of vibe. They have like the old vintage, maybe Victorian style wallpaper. They have this amazing ornate clock. In their living room. Let's make sure. And actually, what I want to do is glue this down. It is a sticker, but I'm just funny this way. I don't want this to lift at any time. I don't know. I cannot attest to the quality of the stick or glue that's used on these stickers. So I kind of stack the odds in my favor. There we go. Okay, so here we are. We have this beautiful scene, beautiful fancy living room in somebody's Victorian home, ornate clock, grandfather clock. Here is the lady of the house who enjoys dancing, so she's going to be stuck on there somewhere, and she is going to be dancing to the sound of this little dude, this little king right here, playing a harp, and he will be standing on top of the clock while he plays the harp because, you know, why not? And I'm just roughly putting all of this in place. I had another, hold on, did I throw it out? Okay. I had another piece of paper that I wanted to use, more of the rough cut surface, this corrugated paper. That's okay, I found another piece of it. I want to use this and incorporate it in another part of the collage just to have it make a little more sense, at least in my mind. Okay, so just cut some of that off. And then what I thought I would do, and I'm just going to do some placement planning here, is have this like that. Another piece of the corrugated paper underneath that. Piece of the magazine, just so that we have not only some black down here, but some up here as well. That just to me seems to balance it out some. And I generally like this kind of placement right here. So I like to do that, do a little placement planning. And when I'm happy with it, ooh, you know what I almost forgot? I almost forgot this little strawberry. I want this little strawberry peeking out from somewhere behind. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out that placement again. We will have to reconfigure that because I forgot about my strawberry and I have to hit all of my marks. I do. So I would love to know how many of you have a glue book that you work out of. And if you do have a glue book, did you make it yourself? And what do you glue in your book? I love my glue book. My glue book was made by the awesome and super talented Diane H. And if you don't know who she is, you should know. Get to know her. Go visit her channel, subscribe, let her know I sent you. She is a beautiful journal artist. She makes amazing journals, junk journals, glue books, smash books. She's just simply amazing. I have quite a few of her books. Quite frankly, I'm obsessed with her skills and her aesthetic. And she also does videos where she shares her flea market finds, and oh my gosh, you guys, she has a beautiful Etsy shop, always stocked with some of the best vintage items, I think, available on Etsy, and her prices are beyond reasonable. So if vintage and journaling is your thing, you should go check out Diane. So I think I do like that placement. I really do. I just have to figure out where I'm going to tuck this little strawberry. I need the strawberry, but I need to put it somewhere that's not going to throw the balance off. I feel like this side here is getting a little heavy. So maybe just shifting that a little bit. There we go. Do something like that. Perfect. Okay, so let me tap that down there. Okay. Put a little glue. I love this glue book. This might be my favorite one so far. This particular glue book, and that is because I am just having so much fun in this glue book. I'm doing a lot of fun collages. I'm also doing a lot of memory journal. What do they call that? Memory journaling, where I'm putting in like tickets and other souvenirs and mementos from different trips and events. I'm going back through my collection of cards from fellow artists and from people who participated in my challenges and sent me some beautiful notes. I'm pulling those out of storage and incorporating them into the journal so that it's easier for me to see them and read them and appreciate them. I think that's what we're going to go right there. So let's glue this one down. So this book by far is my favorite journal so far. And my friends, I have quite a few journals going. In fact, I just started yet another journal. And interestingly enough, coincidence maybe? I don't know. Or does it say more about my obsession with Diane? I just started, let me share it with you. I just started this journal. I started journaling in this book. And this book, I am using more for memory keeping and my everyday thoughts. But this is another book that was made by Diane Hubert. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So let me see if I can open to some pages that I haven't already. Here's one page I haven't journaled on. So I can start flipping past that. So this is, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's delicious. I love it. And this is a page I have journaled on. I will share with you what I did for this page, just so it had this beautiful fabric flip. What I did was I took one of my mini Polaroids and I glued it on top of the flip. And then underneath it, I put a note about these particular drinks. These are drinks that my husband and I enjoy during the summer season. And I talk about what I enjoy most about our little evening drinks. We usually only on Friday and Saturdays. We don't drink every day, only on Fridays and Saturdays. And what I enjoy most about that. And on the page right next to it, I have the recipe for how I make these. So this is just an amazing little book. And again, I got it from Diane. So thank you, Diane. So before I went off on that little tangent, I think the point was that I am working out of several books at any given time. So that's just the way I am. Do you do that? Or do you stick to one book until you're done? And that's that. Okay, so now we're going to glue this down on top of that. Let's not even talk about all of the art journals I have going. I will say that most of my art journals are the Dilution ones. I have a super huge one. I have like a medium-sized one. I also have a small one. Oh boy. Also have some handmade ones. Maybe bring that down a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to move her just temporarily. And now I will place her I think somewhere around there works. So the little story that I'm trying to tell here is everybody has different ways of coping. For some, it's writing. For some, it's creating. For others, it can be dancing. So no matter what your coping mechanism is, the point is to get rid of your worries and your anxious thoughts. And in the case of this little story, she dances. Here she is dancing to help deal with her worries and her anxious thoughts. She's going to dance them all away. So that's the mood I was in when I read these prompts. This is the vision that came to my mind when I read these prompts. So that is what I decided to put to paper. What I will do once the glue is dried, I guess I can start. Feels like at least up here should be okay. I will use my Echo Twisby fountain pen, and this is in the fine point. I think it's super fine point or extra fine point. I'm not sure which. I think it's extra fine. And I'm going to use that to just outline some of the images in black. And I feel that this just gives a more finished look. Also adds some shadow. And for this particular fountain pen, I am using some permanent water resistant, like some kind of super ink. That's good for journaling, because once it's dried, it won't smear or smudge. Once it's dry, but you have to be careful to let it dry, because I have been known to be impatient and I end up touching things and smearing them for no other reason than I didn't let it sit long enough. So I am going to twist and turn my panel because it's easier for me to work this way. If I just twist and stretch my hand across the page, I am more likely, definitely more likely, to smudge where I don't want to smudge. Okay, so you can see how that clock is outlined, and I think it makes a difference. It's subtle, but it's a difference. Okay, I'm going to want to outline her as well, but she still has glue, so I'm gonna leave her be for now. I'm gonna outline my strawberry. I think I can outline the king as well. Let's do him. Maybe I'll just outline part of him, like his little cape. More cover up the border from the sticker, so he looks less like a sticker and more like it's shadow. Yeah, I like that. I'll turn it one more time so I get a better angle right over here. Now, this is the first time I'm actually recording my process in creating one of these collages. Normally what I do is I will wait until I've created 5 of these prompt challenge collages, and then I will record them in bulk and share it. So I'm definitely going to hold off on her for now because I don't want to rush it and mess it up. But that is the page. I think I can call this one done. So what I'm going to do is find a spot to sign it. And you know what? I will sign it. Where am I going to sign you? We'll sign it over here, right along the side here. So I like to sign my name. You should always sign your art. I like to sign the date. And today's what, August 17th, 2020. And then I like to put a note, Collage Challenge, and in this case, 23. So when I look back, I know exactly what this is all about. And let me give you a closer look at my pen. Isn't it beautiful? Love this fountain pen. So love it. That is the page. Let's review, make sure we got all the prompts. So let's see. An instrument that measures something. We have the clock. It measures time. Something red. We have the strawberry tucked behind there. An emblem. That's the one I skipped and used the bonus instead. A piece of magazine or newspaper text. Well, the sentiment here is a piece of text from a magazine. A repeating pattern. We have the wallpaper in the back. And the bonus is paper with a bumpy surface. I have the bumpy paper down here. I have the bumpy paper behind the text. And then I created a bumpy surface on the magazine text itself. So I would say this one is a success. So let's glue it into the book and call it done. Done, 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 done. That was a fun one. I almost want to start a second one, but I'm not going to because I need to go to bed for work tomorrow. Gotta get up early for work tomorrow. So let's glue this one down. It's almost time for a new bottle. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame, but I need to be able to see what I'm gluing down. I'm just putting glue on the back, nothing exciting. I hope you had a wonderful day and that you did something crafty and creative. Help you decompress and release some of that stress. This is my best coping mechanism for stress and anxiety. When I have a bad day, I come into my craft room and I create. That's what I do. And today was a bit of a challenging day. Just need to I'm going to press on the back side of the page just to avoid pressing on any of the inking that I just did on the front. And make sure I get a good stick. This is the one I created yesterday. So again, definitely go check out Rosa, who is Sun and Moon Arts here on YouTube. Subscribe. Watch her videos. She's awesome. Also go check out Diane H. And that is the page. And I think it fits perfectly into my book. I think it looks good. What do you think? I love it. That is my share for this particular video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you would like to see me do more of my collages, or if you just prefer I do what I've been doing up to now, which is complete 5, record them as a more of a show and tell instead of sharing the process. I enjoy sharing the process. Didn't take as long as I thought it would take. So thank you for watching, my friends. I truly do appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until next time, bye bye.